Good morning. So I've popped up to the Lake District for a few days. I'm going to get a couple of waterfalls in and hopefully a bit more of landscape photography and a little bit of a car camp. A little bit of time to clear the old head. So in this first video from this series, I've come up to Stock Ghyll Waterfall, which is in Ambleside. And so far, it's already more busy than I thought it'd be. But it is absolutely stunning. I imagine it gets very busy in the summer. But at the moment, we're only at the end of January, so not so bad at the minute. Although it is busy enough. I'm heading up to the main falls. That's where I want to get my photograph. And on the way back down, I may get a couple more shots before I get on to my next location for the day. So enjoy the video, and I'll see you at the waterfall. Just got a shot from here. I'll just give you an idea of what I'm shooting with. I'm just taking that kind of composition, looking through the gorge with the sunlight highlighting the moss covered rocks in the distance. I'm hoping I've caught that. I think it's a girl up there, because that adds some sense of scale to the image. Now I'm shooting that at a quarter of a second. I did pin my tripod up on the railing gear. I'm not a huge fan of these organised waterfall walks where they've actually set up viewpoints, simply because waterfalls are natural and you kind of need to find your own composition of them. I'm not going to get much joy with the wide angle lens, so I'm going to go up to the bench that's up there. I'm going to stick my zoom lens on and see if I can get anything a little bit more, well, a bit more positive. Okay, so I've set up with the telephoto lens on, and I'm able to get a couple of more positive shots. Like I'll show you, I'm kind of perched up on the side here. I've got my camera over the fence and two legs of the tripod this side of the fence, so it should be stable enough. I'm being very careful with it though. If I turn you around, I'll show you what I'm working with. Now, as you can see, I've got this main fall down here. I've got a nice long shot of this whole fall, and I've zoomed in just to get this part of the fall as well, with that spray coming off the side there. I've also, there's a little tree sticking out here with some autumnal colours on. I've taken a nice long shot, portrait orientation of that, just that waterfall, the logs in the foreground there, and the tree. And so far, being able to pick those particular parts of the waterfall out has made for much better composition. Using the polarizer to enhance the colours, and nice half-second exposure. I do love my wide angle lens for doing waterfalls, but it really is beneficial to be as close as possible to the waterfall, and preferably from the bottom. Now, using my telephoto lens, I've been able to get much closer to the waterfall from here. I can see some of the emerald green pool that's in front of that main sort of fork in the waterfall. If I show you both, if I flip you around and show you what I'm seeing out with my eye, and then show you what I'm looking at on the back of the camera, that'll give you an idea of the composition I've got in mind here. So, that's the main waterfall there. As you can see, you've got that fork coming down there to the main waterfall, which has got a little pool in front of it there. Now, on a wider angle lens you can't really see that, but I've focused on the get my camera to come back on. I focused on the actual waterfall itself, zoomed in, and I've got that little waterfall there with a little bit of the emerald green pool there. And that is making for a much better composition than the wide angle lens provided me. Now, I'm going to get my camera off here because it feels too much like it's going to fall off. There we go. So, well, wide angle lenses are great for these waterfalls. They really do have a time and a place, and when you're not too close to them, that's not really the time or the place. So a telephoto lens sometimes is a bit better to actually pick out parts of the waterfall. Now, I think I'm finished with the main waterfalls here. I'm going to head down the river to another composition I saw as we head on our way back. So I've come a bit further down away from the waterfall. I've got this shot that you can see behind me. Now, I've got little waterfalls at this side of the image, and I've got the main river coming down this side. I've got a lot of white rapids and a lot of nice mossy rocks. Now, I'm taking the shot through the bushes. There are trees in the way, and normally you'd kind of avoid that because it's messy. If I show you on the camera what I'm looking at, you'll see what I mean. I don't know if you can see that. You've got the main river coming down here, and you've got the little waterfall here, and you've got all these sort of bushes in the foreground, creating a bit of a foreground there. Now, that's not really a foreground I'm wanting, but I don't know how I can explain this. I kind of like the way that feels. It's almost like you're spying on the scene, or you're sneaking up on the scene or something like that. And depending on how the photograph edits, that feeling may come across in the image. At least I hope it does. Because I don't know whether it's just because I'm craving some peace and quiet at the moment, or what, but I quite like the way that image felt. When it gets back to the computer, that may change, but I will edit it anyway, and I will put the image up for you now. Okay, so that was a quick stop over at Stock Ghyll Waterfall. I think I managed to get some good images, despite the fact that it's somewhat organised of a location with viewpoints. But it's still a beautiful waterfall anyway, so it was well worth the layover. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like, thumbs up and a share, and join me in the next one. I'm going to get off to my next location now. I'll see you there. Bye for now.